Alright, hello again. Oh no, be swarm. Oh, this is going to end badly for me. Alright, hello again. Now, I figured I'd make another video about, well, my camp, which is an interesting little location here. Let me show you. My camp is literally just south of Point Pleasant, which, it's quite a nice little area. For example, I can farm Mothman eggs here, which are nice. They have a nice healing effect. You can also sell them. The church here has a lot of stems, chems, and other such materials. But I just really like my little location here, which is underneath a rather large power pylon. Don't ask me how I got that roof on. There was a lot of frustration and words that I probably shouldn't say involved. Now, so we're here under a massive power pylon. Let me show you what I have. So, first, let's show you the little adhesive garden that we have going on here. So, I've got some corn, some mute fruit, a little bit of tato. Yes, tato. There it is. There's my tato. Wonderful. A scarecrow to ward off the non-existent birds. That, you know, they're not in... Well, I mean, I suppose they're in game, because you can hear the... you can hear them, you just can't see them. I've never really seen a bird land. Little water purifier here. Oh, no water yet. Sad face. Well then. So I've got my little farm here. Quite nice. Place to cook. Take in the view. Looks like a rather foggy morning. Is it morning? 6:09 a.m. Yes, it is. I'd recognize that fog anywhere. Have to drive in it almost every winter morning. Okay, now then. So I tried to make this look like perhaps it could have been here pre-war. Maybe. I mean, the conduits and wires, they're sort of a dead giveaway. But I tried, and that's what's important. So we have this warehouse building kit. I finally did get it, and I got it from the Red Rocket. The Red Rocket Megastop defending that. So, if you're looking for that building kit, I highly recommend just camping that spot. Took me an entire day. So I've got a power armor frame here. And those of you wondering how to get a power armor frame in your settlement for building, by the way, you need to complete the Excavator Power Armor quest. And it will give it to you at the end of that quest, the plans for it. And to show you where that is, go way down south into the ash heap, over here, and right about somewhere in these parts, there's going to be a little parking lot and a building, like some sort of office type building. It might be this one, might be this one, might be this one. I honestly can't remember, but it's in this general area. And you'll see this little sign out in the parking lot that says Excavator Power Armor. And like on the left side of the road, there will be an office building. And near the right, there will be a mansion. Go left. Into that office building, you'll start the Excavator Power Armor quest. It's called Minor Miracles. Yeah, cute. Anyway, so Minor Miracles. And at the end of it, you will get plans for a Power Armor workbench. So that's nice. Now, I did build a little warehouse-type settlement. I'm still playing with the positioning of where I want all my stations. Got my C.A.M.P workbench, C.A.M.P station, Tinker's workbench, a little Nuka-Cola thing, and, well, this. I tried to make it rather homely, you know, like perhaps this was an inside break room before the war that you could just sit and relax. Do a little bit of basic building, a little more storage here, because I mean there's a decent amount of footage up here that you can use to work around, so I figured that perhaps they wouldn't have crowded all these workstations into a tiny little warehouse, you know, when they have the entire platform to work with. Now things that require, you know, a little bit more delicate touch or can't really be disturbed by wind or rain, like, oh, I don't know, making chems or taking things apart in a tinker's workbench, we put here in the workshop. And up here, we just have a tiny little living quarters. I figured that it was perhaps a 2 or 3 man station. Right now I'm working with just 2. I could move this over, put 3, whichever. But here's my little sleeping quarters. Quite nice. Very homely. I had to mess with this clock forever. It kept clipping through the wall. I eventually had to downgrade to that small clock. I was using a big one. Wow, you know, I really should have done this when there was not a bunch of sun. I mean, technically, this is nice, very nice God rays coming through, but it's not great for seeing what's going on. So before we get to the obvious extractor, I have the armor workbench here, so that's nice. Okay, let's go up here where you can see things. Maybe. Okay, that helps a little. Yes, that helps a little. So I have a junk extractor here, and it will just continually mine junk. And that was sort of my roleplay idea, was that I live up in what used to be a tiny little monitoring station for the power pylon here. And I'm just a trader who sells junk. That whatever junk I mine up, I sell, and I improve this workshop with it, and that's my life. Now, there's also some bees over here that produce honey and angry bees. So, you know, that's always a nice resource to have. Angry bees. Love it. Right before this video started, I spawned in and there were 2 things of angry bees. And I just, yeah, bad time. So, but this is my little camp. I do really like it. I like how I managed to get these roofs on. It was actually a pain because, well, obviously, if you build up too high, it'll say, sorry, intersects with existing object, and you can't actually build anything. So, I scraped by just barely on that one. Just barely. So here's my junk extractor. It's nice. All this random junk. Here is my little power room. Now, again, one of the things that annoys me, I can't actually place stairs here. I tried every stair, tried moving this up, tried moving it down, tried praying to the gods. Nothing worked. So, you and I are just going to have to pretend there's stairs here, because due to some weird pathing glitch, I can just walk right up it. So that's a thing. Remember to lock your doors. There are bears around. And raiders, I've heard. So, this is a fusion core generator, which, if you're wondering how to get that, take and claim the Poseidon Energy Yard. Or do the plant powering up Poseidon Energy. Which, I just learned, that is, that's not just a, you know, pithy little name for the quest. If you power up Poseidon Energy, you'll find these little power boxes all around the particular region, that says, and if you click on them, it says, this will provide more power if Poseidon Energy Plant is up or fixed or something like that. And, so yeah, if you do that, you will have more power at your settlements. So that's nice. I still do love my fusion generator. This was actually the entire reason I wanted to build this, is so I could have a little warehouse and a fusion generator right here. Obviously, I don't have the conduits yet, so I just had to... Let me just walk through live wires here. What could possibly go wrong? I had to sort of spawn it out, just, you know, daisy chain it to where I needed it to be. It's not the prettiest solution, but it works. I'm just going to say that they are post-war repairs, and that's my life now. And this, which is, I do like these, they're nice. Mountains of wealth in your own backyard. Invest in Appalachia. Which is, obviously, that's the big excavator thing down the ash heap. So, and I made a little smoking area back here. I figured, you know, they could come up here, smoke. And that there might be more workers around, just 2 that were staffing. So, more chairs than needed. Little smoking place for your elegant cigars or your cigarettes, whatever you happen to be packing. Nice little campfire to sit around. And I found the acoustic instruments. I am so happy. Because I love banjos. My papa played a banjo. So, it's quite nice. I should actually probably turn my in-game voice chat off. Or it will look and sound weird to whoever. There we go. There we go. Okay, now then. A little more workbenches here. Nice place to sit, eat your food, whatever. And like I said, I'm just daisy chaining things down to where I need them, like my tiny little water purifier. So that's quite nice. And, well, really, this is all I have. I just wanted to show you my tiny little camp. And people asked comments like, well, why are you showing us? Aren't you worried that now someone's going to come and take the location and you'll not get it? Well, one, not really. I'm just not like that. If someone takes this location, well, it's always nice to have a backup. You know, somewhere else you can pick and say, well, this is not ideal, but I'll take another place. Don't get too attached. But that doesn't necessarily have to be the case anymore, because in the upcoming update, this video is being produced on November 28th, and the December 4th update, they will be adding a feature, 2 new features for the camp, actually. One is called Bulldozer, which will allow you to bulldoze certain elements of your camp away, so you can more easily build settlement, or I'm still used to saying settlements, so you can more easily build camps. Like, for example, this tree. I had this a little closer here, but I couldn't put a wall because of this tree. With bulldozer mode, in theory, I will be able to just make that tree disappear. So that's the first thing. Make your settlement building life a little easier. I'm wondering if it lets you make flat land, which would be nice for a little farm, because that's always what kills me, is finding enough place for flat land. Because, well, some of these, they float a little depending on how heavy the terrain is. Yeah, you can see a little floating there. Or, yeah, there you go. There's a little floating, and it annoys me. I don't know. Immersion. It annoys me. Oh, where are they? I see them. Okay, I don't see them. Huh. Well, alrighty then. That's a thing. Right, regardless. So, getting back on track, the second thing that they're bringing to the camp system is apparently this new feature that, let's say that I log in, and you have already camped here, and I can't access my camp. It will give me the option of staying on this server, and it will pack my whole camp up, as it does right now. Or it can server hop me to a server that does not have this location occupied, and my camp will respawn as normal. Which, that is quite nice, because if you're very attached to this location, as I am, because well, the whole aesthetic, the whole theme, it just fits. I like it. I'm pretty settled here. I don't necessarily or really want to move. Yeah, that could be a problem if someone else camps here. So, with the new little feature there, basically I have assured this piece of real estate for as long as I'd like. If someone else has this real estate, I can just jump to another server. Now, I'm wondering how it's going to check that, whether or not it will be, you know, a matter of, here, let me just randomly server hop until we find a server that doesn't have your spot taken, or whether it will be, here, let me check everyone and first time get you a server that is not populated in your spot. Guess we'll have to wait and see, so. But it is a feature I'm very much looking forward to. And, well, it's a nice spot. Really is, you know. I like the views. Now, what's interesting here, you can't really see a lot of them today, which is odd. Usually there's a lot. But this area over here where you see that drone way off in the distance circling, usually there's about 15 to 20 there, and there's not right now, but usually there are, and they are actually circling right here, which, by the way, that is inaccessible. You cannot cross this river at any point. You'll get stopped right about here, and it says, you cannot go this way. But it appears that this is sort of the cell that all the cargo bots live in when they're not doing their rounds across the wasteland. And you can aggro them, apparently. Haven't tried it. Didn't really want 15 plus cargo bots angry at me. So, haven't really done that. But that's what that is if you are in the Point Pleasant area and see an entire Congo line of cargo bots. But yeah, see, I have a nice little view of all of Point Pleasant here. I can work on solving the Mothman mystery, which I'd like to make a video about. But yeah, I'm very happy with my little settlement. Camp, every time. Very happy with my little camp. Figured I would, just let y'all see that. I would love to hear your comments as well. Does it look pre-war? Does it look realistically like it could fit in this world? Like you might have stumbled upon this as not a camp, but something that was naturally in the game. And that another player, or NPC, whatever, came along and said, hey, I could live here, and began fixing it up. If yes, wonderful. How could I make it look even more pre-war, as if this were always here? Would love to know that. If it doesn't, would love to know that too. But I would also like to know why, because I'm really wanting to make this look like it was already here. And I know, some of the wires and the conduits, it's just, well, there's no fixing that until I find the actual conduits that go through a wall. But I'm going to keep looking for them. Hopefully I will get them from a power plant, or, something. But yes, please tell me in the comments, does it look pre-war? If so, how can we make it look more pre-war? If not, why not? Because I would be very interested in fixing that. So, this is about all I have for today, and I will let y'all get. So I'm going to sit here, enjoy the morning, play my banjo, and that's about it. I'll see you later. Now, here's a little extra for you all, which is, let's see, here we go. I found a guide on Facebook by a man named Jed Sanford, and he is apparently level 90 plus, and he speaks of how to keep your stash and your inventory quite managed. And so, here is actually what he says. For weapons, you should only have 4 or 5. A primary weapon, a backup weapon, a melee weapon, and a 4th weapon. You should keep the 4th in your stash, and maybe a pistol. Now, make sure that at least 2 of your weapons are laser weapons because they're light. That's his advice. Which, side note, the energy weapons, if you see an Assaultron head, put it down. Do not fire it. There's a glitch. It will remove every fusion core in your fusion cell in your inventory when you fire it. If you have 500 fusion cells and you press the trigger once, it will fire all 500 in that instant. But you'll still get only the base damage. This isn't some sort of death laser, unfortunately. Now, for junk, he recommends that at all times you should keep a obsessive supply of springs, screws, aluminum, adhesive, gears, ballistic fiber, and oil. He also says that you should have 100 plus steel and 100 plus plastic. Now, if you're out of steel, you can take the Grafton Steel Yard, which has a junk producer, what are these called? Extractor, yes. It has a steel extractor that can get you a bunch of steel. Now, he said 30 or more for these next. I just picked a middling number of about 50 because I just want a nice number like that. So, 50 wood, 50 circuitry, 50 nuclear material, 50 fiberglass, 50 asbestos, and 50 rubber. And for aid, you should have no more than 18 water. I chose 20, because again, I just want nice numbers like that. He said keep 8 on your person. I'm going with 10 on your person. You should keep no more than 20 canned goods in your stash. And you should keep all the spoilables on your person. Also, do not hoard chems. If there's chems you do not immediately need, go to Vault 76, drop them in front of the door for new players. Same thing with diluted. Anything diluted, go to Vault 76, drop them in front of the door for new players. You don't need them. Stim packs, of course, you want to obviously keep. his next advice is to check the miscellaneous tab. You have things that weigh you down, and you don't even know. For example, these bobby pins, they each weigh 1/10 of a pound. So here, let me see. So let's see. I'm at 37 pounds. If I drop 10, I go to 36. So each of these bobby pins weigh 1/10 of a pound. So don't hoard them. I used to have like 80. That would explain some of my weight issues, said my doctor. Again, this copper ore weighs about 1/10 of a pound. Don't really hoard it if you don't really need it. Is there anything else down here? Not really. Fun fact, also, if you have something like this, like Poseidon Plant, Penitentiary Keys, don't pick them up twice. They're considered quest items. You can never get rid of them. I will have these 2 plant managers' passwords until the end of days. Technical data, you'll need that later. Brotherhood of Steel. Uranium ore, again, don't really hoard it if you don't really need it. And for fusion cores, he may have said 2, but I really consider 4 nice. So 1 of which is in your armor, 1 of which is on your person, and then 2 in your stash. And I'm hoarding way too much shotgun shell ammo, I know. I should probably fix that. I'm a little obsessive. And he has also said, let's see here. Oh yes, plans. They take up a lot of weight. Well, I mean, obviously, each of these is 1/4 of a pound. So if you don't need them, again, it would probably be beneficial to you to go to the vault and just drop them there. Ooh, treasure map, Toxic Valley. Hey, I know where this is. Wait, isn't that Grafton? Okay, space station, Grafton water tower, behind the water. Huh, interesting. Good to know. Good to know. So there's that, and this was by Jed Sanford on Facebook in the. Let me see here. I do believe it's an open group. It is the Fallout 4/76 Wasteland Architects group, which is quite nice. It's devoted to building in both Fallout 4 and 76. Nice little camps here, which is probably the first place I'm going to post this video, so there's that. And he says he ends up with about 325 pounds in his stash and 130 on his person without any perks. So I will be sitting and playing with this this number here, seeing if I can get my stash limit down, because it is probably much overloaded. Let's see, what is my current stash? 272. So if I follow that advice, I should be down even more. So, yes, that is my little bonus for today. So I hope you find it useful, and I hope you find a camp that you really like, perhaps even love. And if you do, I would love to hear about it or see it in the comments. Take some nice pictures. There's always a place for sharing pictures here. So, again, I will just let you all get back to your day. Hope the video was entertaining, useful, any of those things. So, I will let you get, and I would love to hear your comments, your stories, your photos down below, because, well, as always, my camp remains open, and we've got stories to share, and beds for spare, and community all around. Alright, I will see you later.